Have you ever wondered how far some people are willing to go in the name of science? We often think of science as a force for good, a path to progress and understanding. But history holds a darker chapter, a chilling collection of stories where the pursuit of knowledge twisted into unimaginable cruelty, and doctors, healers sworn to do no harm became monsters. Today, we're going to delve into some of the most disturbing experiments ever conducted on human beings. This isn't just about facts and dates. It's about the real people who suffered and the haunting questions their stories leave behind. One of the most infamous examples is Unit 731, a covert research and development unit of the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II. Under the command of General Shiro Ishiya, this facility was not a place of healing, but a chamber of horrors. Prisoners of war and civilians were subjected to vivisections without anesthesia, deliberately infected with diseases like plague and cholera to study their progression, and put through extreme conditions like frostbite and pressure chambers, all to test the limits of human endurance. The victims weren't seen as people, but as logs, pieces of raw material to be used and discarded. The cold, systematic nature of this cruelty is what makes it so profoundly terrifying. The scientists meticulously documented their findings, treating human lives as mere data points in their gruesome quest for military advantage. Across the globe, in the United States, another dark experiment unfolded, known as the Tuskegee Syphilis Study. Beginning in 1932, U.S. Public Health Service enrolled 600 impoverished African American men, 399 of whom had syphilis. The men were told they were receiving free health care for bad blood, a vague term used to cover a range of ailments. But in reality, they were given no effective treatment. The true purpose of the study was to observe the natural, untreated progression of the disease. Even when penicillin became the standard cure for syphilis in the 1940s, the researchers deliberately withheld it from the men. They wanted to see the disease run its full, devastating course, leading to severe health problems, madness, and death. For 40 years, doctors lied to these men, watching them and their families suffer, all under the guise of a scientific study. It was a profound betrayal of trust, a stark example of racial prejudice and scientific misconduct colliding. Then there was the Stanford Prison Experiment in 1971. Psychologist Philip Zimbardo wanted to study the psychological effects of perceived power. He took a group of healthy, well-adjusted college students and randomly assigned them roles as either prisoners or guards in a mock prison set up in the basement of the psychology building. What happened next was shocking. Within days, the guards began to exhibit authoritarian and psychologically abusive behavior, while the prisoners became passive and showed signs of extreme stress and emotional distress. The experiment, which was supposed to last 2 weeks, had to be shut down after just 6 days because the situation had spiraled out of control. It revealed a terrifying truth that good people, when given power and put in a toxic environment, can be capable of committing terrible acts. The line between our everyday selves and a potential monster can be frighteningly thin. These stories are more than just historical footnotes. They are powerful, gut-wrenching warnings. They show us what can happen when ambition and power are unchecked by empathy and ethics. When people in authority, whether they are scientists, doctors, or military leaders, lose sight of the humanity in others, the potential for atrocity is limitless. The pursuit of knowledge must always be guided by a moral compass. Because the moment we start treating human beings as objects, as means to an end, we have already lost our own humanity. It's a lesson from the darkest corners of our past that we must never, ever forget. Thank you for joining me on this difficult but important journey through history. If you found this video thought-provoking, please consider liking and subscribing for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. Stay curious, but always stay compassionate.